Yeah. Hey everybody, my name is E-Double, their name is PJ Harvey. Let's go. Mama told me. Yeah. Black Paisley. Mama told me. Yeah. Come on. Mama told me. One day I'ma grow up big and I'ma be a king. And my papa told me it's okay to sit where shit hurts. Don't forget your dreams, cause they'll get you through this so-called life they call living, but I call it strange. And I bet I'll do it, cause I'm on my way and strong enough that I can shake the pain. Hey, Mr. Sunshine, Mr. Rainstorm, meet me in the conference room, we need to brainstorm. Need some middle ground, need an even keel. But you're a war, pick the sides, give me fever chills. Take them both like my flu shot broke. I need to give and take to keep me out of that moat. My head above water, thoughts of those lost this week. All the tragedies say on repeat, like we can't shake shit. I can't speak on it, fist to the sky, but I can't beat on it. Drinking my cup, so I'm gon' sip on them. Cam Newton's probably pissed, you can't stiff on them. All these levels of these relative problems, and benevolence is elegant for those who can solve them. I'm feeling pretty low, like I'm stuck at the bottom, but I know I'll rebound like the Bulls with Rodman. I am just exactly what I will be, just a guy who can rhyme and chop ill beats. One day I'll recover from what ails me. Till then I'm on that fuck what the sales be. Mama told me one day I'ma grow up big and I'ma be a king. And my papa told me it's okay to sit where shit hurts. Don't forget your dreams, cause they'll get you through this so-called life they call living, but I call it strange. And I bet I'll do it, cause I'm on my way and strong enough that I can shake it. They talk about death, we trying to live life while they signal says left, but they really going right. But who cares, they got nothing to improve upon me while we pass them fast lane Rubicon. So let the shitstorm ring and they try to dap us up, but we just leave them hanging. Yeah, so let them catch up with the language. They can talk shit, but you know that we can manage. They say they tired of the metaphors, they are only pissed that they never really ready for them. So go ahead and get ready for them. Pop another bottle, cause you're gonna need a steady arm. It's like we living in the Tron game. Lines are all blurred cause we're sipping on the Bombay. John Stock versus LeBron James. No competition when you factor in the time change. Babe Ruth sucks. Fuck what the books say. I can strike him out with 3 pitches in an arm sling. Yeah, and we can do anything. Mama said it's true and I put that on everything. Mama told me one day I'ma grow up big and I'ma be a king. And my papa told me it's okay to sit where shit hurts. Don't forget your dreams, cause they'll get you through this so-called life they call living, but I call it strange. And I bet I'll do it, cause I'm on my way and strong enough that I can shake the pain. We don't ask for the doors to close in this life, so we hoping they keep them open. And if they shut those doors, we'll smash the skylight till it's broken. Let's smell the roses. Need to take that time to find our own road, so we focus on what's golden. And our gold don't shine, it's not from no mind, so we're not just living for a token. Mama told me one day I'ma grow up big and I'ma be a king. And my papa told me it's okay to sit where shit hurts. Don't forget your dreams, cause they'll get you through this so-called life they call living, but I call it strange. And I bet I'll do it, cause I'm on my way and strong enough that I can shake the pain. Mama told me one day I'ma grow up big and I'ma be a king. And my papa told me it's okay to sit where shit hurts. Don't forget your dreams, cause they'll get you through this so-called life they call living, but I call it strange. And I bet I'll do it, cause I'm on my way and strong enough.
Okay, so here's the shop, by the way. frog-tony-shop.fourthwall.com.
What's up, meatbags? It's the often imitated, never duplicated, chosen one of CG, Chicano Stanley, bad guy, bad dude, bad actor, the lighthouse in the middle of the sea, leading you to comic skate destiny, the great brown hope, the detractor pope, the one, the only, the dipshit who calls himself Frog motherfucking Tony. I still, to this day, I've watched that clip of Larry shouting out the shop so many times, and I still get confused when he says it correct. Frog-Tony. Oh, excuse me, Frog-Tony. Like, what did he think he messed up on?
He's trying to be polite, shilling us.
Yeah, but he was saying it correct. There was nothing, like, he had not made a mistake. Like, that's legitimately what it was. It was just, it's so strange. What's up? As you can see, Toy Fanboy taking a day off. He's not a big gamer. So he was like, hey, I'm going to go out and touch some grass, slap some ass. So he's out there doing his thing. We salute him. Shout out real quick to our boy Wiley. I don't know if you guys know this, but it was Wiley's birthday the other day.
Shout out.
happy birthday to Wiley. We appreciate him being around. What do you say? He turned 24? I think he said. Yes, 24, 4 days ago. So shout out. Hopefully he's out there having lots of fun. What else? So before we get into TJ stuff and my stuff and all the stuff that we got to do, real quick before I forget, I was watching a Wavy web surfer video, right? So I'm watching a Wavy web surfer video, and I go to the comments to read the comments on the video, and something had 24. Damn, he look old. No, what are you talking about, Angela? Wiley's not on the panel. Wiley's never been on the panel. Wiley's a guy that chats in the chat.
Yeah, Dan Wiley is a different guy.
Yeah. Who's Angela thinking of? That's now I'm confused. Anyway, what was I? Yeah, so I'm in the comment section, and a name had popped up, and I was like, that's a familiar name, Super Nintendo. Like, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time, and I recognized that name. I was like, oh, let me go to his channel, see what he's been up to. And then I was like, hey, let me see if he's done any Amico video follow-ups. So I went down the whole Amico rabbit hole, and I commented on his old Amico video, right? And he actually responded, and he was like, oh yeah, bro. He's like, it's fucked up. I'm like, man, I didn't expect you to respond so quickly. I was also like taken aback by how fast he responded. But Super Nintendo, Nintendo out there doing his thing. He's a Chicago boy, so give him some love. But TJ, how you been doing? Give you some love.
What it is I got tired of it, so I decided to look for some whatever random compilation of videos on YouTube and just put them on the screen, right? So you usually have these Saturday morning cartoon reruns at these channels. This is video game related, okay? So bear with me. I found the Street Fighter cartoon series.
That's a good
series. Watch that with the kids. It's fine, but when you know all the here's the problem. Like, I've had this dark realization as I was watching this. I'm getting exhausted and about to sleep. All these producers we see in Hollywood, like the way they think.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, He-Man. Yeah, let's make that like Guardians of the Galaxy. That will work. The kids will love that. I actually saw that with Street Fighter. It's crazy.
Well, I was a kid, and I did love it, TJ. I was like, oh, this Street Fighter is awesome. You got to remember, though, TJ, you have to remember, when that cartoon came out, there was very little actual lore of Street Fighter. There was just a little bit of bios that were like with the characters.
That's true.
So they were like, a lot of it was added. And then remember, the movie came out, and I think the cartoon is more based on the movie than it is the game, because remember, the movie changed with like some of the characters were like good guys instead of bad guys. Guile was like in charge of like a whole group of like allied nation people and stuff, right? So there was changes and stuff. There was a lot of moving parts going around at that time. I mean, even the Japanese, if you watch Street Fighter V, have you ever seen Street Fighter V?
Oh yeah,
that like takes all kind of liberties with the fucking source material.
The Alpha cartoon was also wild. It had nothing to do with the video games either.
Yeah, but V's even worse because like there's like episodes where like there's no like bad guys from Street Fighter. They're like they go into like Kowloon City and they're fighting like just random kung fu guys.
OCs.
Yeah, and then like Sagat is in jail. They like meet him in prison, but he's like not necessarily a bad guy, but he's just like a dude that's like in prison. It's crazy.
But yeah, going back to the show, like Blanca, big green monster. Yeah, we'll make him the Hulk, no problem.
Well, he's the Hulk.
Well, the actual Blanca is he's just like the Sasquatch of Brazil. That's what he really is. It just happens to, That's why in the later games he's selling.
You cut out, DJ.
No,
I don't. You cut out. He said that's why the later games, and he just went.
Oh shit! And the what's it called? Blanca's supposed to be like the Brazilian Sasquatch. That's why he's like selling merch of himself.
Well, he's selling merch of himself because like Dan is selling merch. Didn't they like? There's like a whole thing of him, Dan, and
Yep.
Sakura.
Yeah, they're all in the same dojo. Yep, they're a team now.
I mean, there's so much lore and expanded lore. I tried to get into like Street Fighter V, and I really it wasn't that good. It feels like Street Fighter 2 to me. I know it's very controversial, especially I'm not in the obviously I'm not in the fighting game community, and I'm not in all that shit, right? I used to play, semi-competitive Street Fighter 2 and a little bit of Tekken, right, on the local level. But I feel like the older games are pure. They're like, there's not like 100 hit combos. You don't have to remember everything. There's not like frame data and you're like this, then. It was just like, play the game. You're playing the person at the time, in the moment, move for move, matching things. It's not like, this guy's going to do this, so this is the perfect strategy. It almost feels like chess, right? Like, go to the park and play chess. And it's just people playing chess, right? Making mistakes, doing things, having fun. Just, everyone knows the rules and everyone knows what is legal and illegal, and just playing, right?
Right.
And then go watch like actual chess, and it's everyone has fucking memorized everything. And so like from the beginning of the match, you'd be like, all right, so TJ moves his pawn to knight 2, and then like, okay, so this is the next move, like it's just a cascading following of moves. And it's more about like, will TJ or Tony misremember a move or make a mistake, and then the other person wins, right? It's not actually like playing the game. It's just memorizing stuff until someone makes a mistake. And that's why I don't like modern fighting games, because I feel like it's just it's too much. It's too much memorization, too much frame data, too much it's not actually having fun and playing the game.
Listening to FGC commentators is dizzying. Have you ever tried that shit?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, it's actual hibbity-jibbity. It's like they barely talk about the game. They're just, frame data.
Yeah, they're playing footsies, and he's out there doing this.
I still don't know what that means. I know.
Try the free Super Mario Brothers remastered on PC. I will. That's why I said I can play, and I'll play and I have fun. And I used to play in the arcades, and I used to dominate Tekken and Marvel vs. Capcom and stuff. But then it just became too much. So that's why I hate modern fighting games. I think they're just too much. Too many things, too many bells and whistles, too many different systems, and it's just a lot.
You see, some guy wrote an article about how fighting games are a bad product. That was wild. I read most of it. It's on point. Like, maybe we'll cover it. I don't know. I'll share it here.
Anything else going on with you, TJ? Any other interesting things, game related or not?
No, that's about it. It was just chilling and drawing. Still recovering from being ill.
Well, if you watch my video from earlier today, you'll know that I had the biggest disappointment of 2026 so far. So I was going to buy, and it's a good thing I didn't. I was going to buy Spider-Man 2. And it was on sale last month. And I was tempted. I was real close to buying it, pulling the trigger, and I just didn't. But then it became free on PlayStation Plus. So I was like, okay, boom. I'll download it. I'll play it. I've been wanting to play Spider-Man 2 and never got around to it. And I'm playing it, and it's a good game, right? It's like Spider-Man. It's they've updated the systems. There's new moves. There's new gadgets and stuff, right? But it's essentially the same game, right? And I'm playing it, and it's fine. Everything's working, and everything's good. But then Ray called me on the phone, right? And so I paused the game, and I'm talking to Ray on the phone, and I'm looking at the TV, and suddenly it just fucking dies. Just goes out, right? I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on? Like, what? And she doesn't know what's going on, right? Because she's just yapping away. You know, women just yapping. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And I'm trying to turn the game on, and it's not turning back on. And I'm like, is this a sleep mode, or is this like something happened? Did a wire get loose, right? And so eventually I unplug the power cord and plug it back in and turn the game on, and you get the whole like, you have not said, you're an idiot. It should just say that, right? Just, you're a fucking moron. Why did you turn the game off by not actually turning the game off, right? Like,
you fucked up.
Yeah. So I get the game restarted and get it on again, and I'm trying to play, talking. She's still talking, still yapping. So, pause it again, right? And fucking goes out again. And this happens like 4 more times. It just keeps going out. And finally, I just leave it and say, fuck it. I'll see what's going on tomorrow. And then started playing it again the next day. And just in the middle of, it's working fine for like, I would say like 20 minutes to 25 minutes. It's working fine. No problem, right? And then suddenly, just out. Just no warning. And so then I started looking it up, right? I'm like, what the hell's going on? I'm looking up. I'm seeing old articles and old fucking Reddit posts and stuff. And it essentially says that the game causes the system to it's like unoptimized. And so it's making the system run so hard that it's overheating and immediately shutting down. Like it's heating up so much that it doesn't even have a chance to tell you that it's supposed to have a warning like, hey, the game's, the machine's overheating. But apparently it overheated so fast that it just shuts the game off like completely. And apparently they had patched it and they fixed it, but it still was a mistake or a bug or an error, however you want to put it. It still was affecting the launch consoles, right? Because, obviously they have revisions going forward. And I guess however they built the launch versions, it still ends up heating up in such a way that it just shuts off, right? And so because I have a launch PS5, it's so infuriating because I'm reading comments and I'm trying to figure out how to fix this mistake, right? And you'll see things like, oh, maybe you shouldn't have a dirty system. It's like, and people are like, idiot, like my system's not dirty. It's just like, that doesn't help me. You telling me that you think that my system's dirty doesn't fix the issue, right? Or like, oh, maybe you should have it horizontal. It's like, it already is horizontal. Like that's not going to help me either, right? So it just doesn't work. It's just unplayable on a launch. And I tried, there's no way to reduce, I guess on PC you can go in and reduce settings and stuff and fiddle with the the HD and all that shit, right?
Yeah.
But on the PlayStation, there's just performance mode and the other mode, and I tried it on both of them, because it's on one originally, so I was like, well, I switched it to the other to performance. I'm like, oh, maybe if it's on performance, and I tried to scale back a bunch of shit, and still didn't work. So Tony's a console peasant, so he won't understand. Yeah. If the hardware isn't up to date anymore, yeah. No, but it's. I mean, it updates itself. The PlayStation just updates when it needs it. When there's an update, there's nothing I can do.
But also,
you're not tech savvy. Yeah. Asking the internet for help is a lost cause. But it's not a lot. It's a PlayStation game, so it's not there's nothing that I have.
It was made for the PlayStation. Yeah.
This is what I hate because I know 56K, he's a PC guy. If it was a PC game and you're like, oh, Tony's an idiot, he doesn't know about but this is a PlayStation game. There's nothing for me to I can't do anything.
They made it with the PlayStation in mind. You would think it would work.
It's not just that. Again, with PC, you can go in and you can mess with files and you can mess with your settings and you can I got to get a better graphics card or fix my fucking heat sink or something, right? There's nothing for me to do. There's literally nothing. There's no fiddling with settings. There's no fiddling with anything. It is what it is. The software is updated. The hardware is what it is, right? I can't take something out and put a new graphics card into my PlayStation. It just is what it is.
It's poor optimization.
There's literally no solution. So there's nothing I can do.
You know what happens with me on my PC? Anything that runs on the Unity engine, depending on the game, of course, and how complex it is, it's fucking slow.
Yeah,
But
I
anything
could buy
else,
like a bag of
fine.
ice. If I put like a bag of ice by it, maybe, or like put it next to the fucking air conditioning, maybe that'll work. But other than that, there's like nothing for me to do, right?
Bag of ice.
So there is a final solution. Yeah. Seen the latest patch for Skyrim on Switch? Downgrade to native 576p and massively reduce draw distance to get that 2011 game to run at 60 frames.
Oh,
Set the graphics setting to Super Nintendo mode. I wish. That's what I'm saying. Like, I went into the game settings and there's not even like settings to like mess with the graphics or anything. So there's like the game isn't built for me to be able to do that. Like, there's nothing. It's just like performance or what the hell's the other mode called? It's just like one is for graphics mode versus performance mode, right? There's just it's just a toggle, just a switch from one to the other, and neither one solves the problem. Right, and there's no other game that does it, right? That's how I know it's not dirty or like the hardware is messed up or a loose wire or something, right? Because literally I've played games for 8 hours, 10 hours. I've played new games, old games, games with a really good fucking graphics. So it's not anything other than like this very particular game is just fucking everything up. So there's nothing I can do, literally. And I'm just glad that I didn't actually pay money for it. So, but I did set like what really sucked was I set like a chunk of time. I was like, okay, I'm gonna play Spider-Man 2 for the next 6 hours, and then like, okay, now I can't play Spider-Man 2. What do I do? What do I do for those 6 hours? It's just. So I ended up playing Monster Hunter Stories 1, which is pretty fun. It's a Monster Hunter game, but it's like an RPG. And it's like a little bit. I want to say a little bit Pokemon-ish, where you gotta like you get creatures and they're like your buddies and stuff, right? Have you tried appeasing the machine spirit with incest, oil, and chance? Ooh, no. Put a fan on it. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, unless I like put something like blowing cold air on it, maybe that'll work.
This is like as if imagine if you got the Nintendo 64 and you bought Super Mario 64, and Super Mario 64 doesn't work on the Nintendo 64. This is literally it. This is their own game. Sony, Spider-Man.
Yeah, they push the game just pushes the machine too hard. And again, like there's articles you can go look. Like there's articles and people complaining about this game for like the last 4 years. So it's not a unique issue to me, right? It's the game is just badly optimized. Well, I guess it's okay because it's woke, right? It's so woke. Maybe it doesn't want to play on my machine because my machine is not woke. It's like
this is why Sturgis hates Sony, bud.
Yeah. PS1, you had to turn it upside down to fix the overheating. Yeah.
Ooh, PlayStation 1 was a nightmare to run. I remember. God damn.
You had the yellow thing of death.
The infinite loading screens.
The red ring of death on the Xbox. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's like just things that are just broken. Like the Xbox had the red ring of death. No one was going, "You're the problem. You're just not tech savvy." It's just like, no, it just doesn't fucking work. But hey, it is what it is. Speaking of things that don't work, you know who doesn't work anymore, TJ?
Game developer?
Phil Spencer. You're right.
Oh, I was close.
Xbox boss Phil Spencer is retiring, and his replacement is an AI executive who joined Microsoft in 2024. As predicted, when I did a video on this the other day, and I predicted that the new lady at Xbox was going to make all the anti-woke people upset, and it literally did. Smash made a video calling her unworthy. Lots of people are very upset. She's like a Indian lady, right? So they're very upset about that.
Oh.
Kiss that Xbox goodbye and say hello to the X-Files instead. Video games turned you gay. Carolyn also doesn't work anymore. Sarah Bond, who was widely expected to take the reins one day, has instead resigned from the company. She probably resigned. Now that I've seen what she looks like, she's a black lady, and she probably resigned because she was like, fuck this. I don't want to be in the crosshairs of all these assholes. But Phil's gone. He's out. What do you think, TJ? Do you think this is it? I wish Potion was around. I want to hear Potion's take on this because he's a big Xbox guy.
You know, everybody's mad at EA and all these other motherfuckers, but Microsoft have been a fucking nightmare too. All what they did was gobble up a bunch of other companies and make them do nothing. You know, including Bethesda. Well, Bethesda was shit anyway, but that's beside the point. Fucking, Killer Instinct, they did nothing with that. They just made the one game and then they left it at that. Rareware, they're just there rotting in their basement doing nothing because of Microsoft. Right?
I mean,
no wonder they're tanking. Like they're doing nothing. They have all these IPs and they're doing nothing with them.
On the one hand, I agree. They did buy up a lot of studios and did nothing with them, canceled a lot of games, screwed a lot of things up. But on the other hand, I see the idea of them buying studios. I was like, yes, that would have strengthened the Xbox brand if they did something with them. But the stuff that they did with the Bethesda games, right? They're like, we own Bethesda now, and I'm like, oh, so that means that Skyrim, the Elder Scrolls, all that shit's going to be exclusive, and they're like, no. Like, what do you mean, no?
Yeah.
Like, I don't like Xbox. I obviously am not an Xbox guy, never been. But if I knew that, hey, if you want to play the next Elder Scroll game, you got to get an Xbox, I would have to get an Xbox. Like, I want to play the next Elder Scroll game, right? I know a lot of people, when it came to Call of Duty, maybe, and again, they're looking at the short term instead of the long term, right? If they made the next Call of Duty after their acquisition a Xbox exclusive, they would have lost a lot of money, okay? Because that whole Sony ecosystem would have been cut out. But I can guarantee you, eventually, they would have made it back because people would have had to have gone to Xbox, right? You cut off if they would have been smart, right? And you go, hey, the next Call of Duty is going to be on Xbox exclusive. And by the way, we're also ending all the prior Call of Duties. We're closing all the fucking the online servers. We're shutting down all the servers for the prior games, so you can't play those on PlayStation anymore either. There would have been an uproar, sure, but we know gamers. They would eventually just have bought the fucking Xbox to play Call of Duty. It is what it is, right? Same thing with like Fortnite. Same thing with like all that. Like,
oh yeah,
they chase the short term money instead of looking at the big picture in the long term. Phil Spencer has been largely useless, so it shouldn't be difficult to improve on his performance. Don't forget that Microsoft made Call of Duty game patches exclusive, Lamar. I've had most of the consoles at one point or another. I've never had a Xbox. My kid had an Xbox. My brother had an Xbox. I've never had an Xbox.
Yeah, I've had the Xbox 360. That was
no, it wouldn't. Look at Halo. It would have. Halo was a huge hit for Microsoft.
Halo's another dead franchise. God damn.
It failed. Halo Infinite. Oh yeah, Halo Infinite failed, but the game was bad. I mean, first off, you got to make a good game, obviously, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the first rule.
I mean, the whole reason back in the PlayStation, not PlayStation, back in the Super Nintendo Genesis era, exclusives. That's the only reason to buy Nintendo is because of the exclusive Nintendo IPs. We've talked about this before, right? If there's no reason, if I look at both consoles and I go, there's no difference between the two of them, as far as performance wise, right? Like the multi-platform games basically play the same on both Xbox and PlayStation, right? And then you go, well, what's next? What's the price point? Oh, the price point is essentially the same. Okay. What about the exclusives? And you go, well, Xbox has no exclusives because they put all their stuff on PlayStation, and PlayStation has some exclusive. And you go, well, I'll get the PlayStation because the only way to play the PlayStation games is the PlayStation, right? I had a 360. The PS4 was much better. A 360 and an Xbox One. You got to have exclusives. They got to be good. That you can't just have like exclusive shit. You got to have exclusive good games. But that's the only reason for you to play or buy that console, right? I mean, what seriously, like, what is the incentive to buy an Xbox if not for like exclusive Xbox games, right? Unless you could somehow make the Xbox like $200 cheaper than the PlayStation, right? Like that would be an incentive, or if you offered a bunch of free shit with it, that would be an incentive. Or if it was like,
Problem is, all these games are Microsoft, so you figure, oh, they're gonna come out on Steam anyway. Fuck it, I'm not buying an Xbox.
Xbox failed not because of exclusives, it is because PlayStation Network is on par with Xbox Live service. Well, that's what I'm saying. If they're on par with each other, you got to have something. Xbox Live was Xbox main feature. Yeah, you got to have something that's exclusive.
You can get Xbox Live on the PC.
Yeah, I think even them
That's what
going
I've been
on to
using.
PC, yeah, going on to PC, I think even hurt them because again, what's the reason to have an Xbox if you could just play the games on PC? I'm telling you, when it comes to those kind of business strategies, right? You're going to lose money here, but you're going to pick it up there in the long term. You and the executives at Xbox are just looking at the short term, like upfront money, and not the long term money.
They have
Xbox
the JDA problem, no forward thinking. Everything's just in the present.
With Xbox buying all those studios, could you imagine if they made all the studios they bought and they made them make games and they were all exclusive to Xbox? They would have dominated. Yeah.
They would have had their own fighting game franchise, Killer Instinct again. Now the US is stuck with Mortal Kombat only, and even that is up in the air now.
I think Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, that's a dead franchise and a half, especially now with fucking Netflix buying Warner Brothers or Paramount. We don't know yet.
Well, not just that. I mean, they've jumped the shark with like rebooting it. Like it's been rebooted twice already in the last like 10 years.
Yeah.
They just got to like move ahead. Like they try to again, fans are keeping them back, right? They tried to like time jump ahead and go, look, this is like 10 years after the tournament. There's like their kids and stuff. They go, no, we want the original characters. Bring back the original characters or we're not playing. Like, fuck. Probably Paramount, less legal hurdles. There's a back and forth on that. But anyway, Phil Spencer's out. He says, we sometimes say it's the end of an era to mark a notable occasion of one sort or another, and sometimes it's warranted and sometimes not so much. In this case, though, it really is the end of an era. After nearly 40 years at the company, Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer is retiring. I really think that this is a forced retirement. It doesn't feel... It almost feels like it's coming out of nowhere, right? It doesn't feel organic.
He got the pink slip.
Yeah. He got the talk like, hey, we need you to walk away. It says, when I walked through Microsoft's door as an intern in June of 1988, I could have never imagined that the products I'd helped build, the players and customers we'd serve, or the extraordinary teams I'd be lucky enough to join. It's been an epic ride and truly the privilege of a lifetime. One of the things I'm hearing is that like Phil Spencer was a real gamer and this lady taking over isn't a real gamer. And I'm like, in my thought process is like, do I care if the CEO actually plays video games? I mean, I want the developers to play video games. I want the people like making the games to be gamers, right? But the CEO, the guy like all the way at the top, like I don't care if he's a gamer.
We just want him to know how to handle money. That's it.
Yeah. Make sure he knows how like to not make the games die. Dead TJ, man, dead air. He's only 58. Yeah, it's really, really soon. You know who could save the whole Xbox thing? Chudley says, Phil Adam, the CEO of Intellivision Entertainment. Oh yeah.
Give it to Tellerico.
No, Tellerico's out. Phil Adam. He's the new hotness. Unexpectedly, Xbox president and heir apparent Sarah Bond, who joined the Xbox division in 2017, is not part of the plan. Bond has instead resigned from Microsoft outright. Matt Booty, that's a great name, currently the head of Microsoft Studios, is being promoted to chief content officer. Like the Sarah Bond leaving that's another like almost indication that like something is going on internally. Like there's a huge shakeup going on, right?
Yeah, this isn't a good sign at all.
Hmm.
Everybody's jumping ship.
I don't think she's jumping ship. I think that they pushed him out. I think they went, we need Phil. Your leadership is not what we want. Like your vision for the future of Xbox is not profitable and not one that we want. So they forced him out. And then they looked at Sarah and went, "You're basically Phil Spencer 2.0, so we want you gone too." Right?
You're next.
No, seriously, no, because like she was like the person that was expected to take over when Phil retired, and it's like you were learning from him. You're his like protege. You know your philosophy and stuff aligns with him, right? And so they're like, you got to go too.
This would be like if Disney got sick of Bob Iger and then looked at Bob Chapek and said, "Yeah, you're next."
Yeah. Spencer's position as Microsoft Gaming CEO will be taken over by Asha Sharma, who joined Microsoft in 2024 as president of its core AI product. Prior to that, Sharma served as chief operating officer at Instacart and a vice president of product and engineering at Meta. So, not exactly a gamer or a big notable person, but worked at Instacart. So there's that, right?
Big business it is.
I know that several of the gamers with the hard R are really upset. Spencer said he's been working with Sharma for the past several months and that has tremendous confidence in her ability to lead Microsoft Gaming. He also said he'll remain in an advisory role through the summer to support a smooth handoff. Do you think that this is an attempt by Microsoft to shuttle the whole program? Like, hey, we get rid of Phil Spencer, we get rid of Sarah Bond, we bring in this lady who's an idiot, she fucks it up, and then by the end of the year, we could just say, hey, you know what? Xbox is dead, and it's just gone.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
His brother Max Booty works in porn, gay porn. Anyone remember Major Nelson? What happened to him? I'm pretty sure he retired or died. He was director of programming for Xbox Live from 2005 to 2023. He's still alive. He just retired, from my understanding. I remember they made a big deal about it when he retired. Yeah. I hope this is a big announcement. Rippaverse Gaming Studio will be the new Microsoft Indian lady. Yeah.
Remember how Eric said he was going to make video games and then he stopped?
Well, that's because the people didn't want video games; they wanted animations.
And then that went, sideways too. No animations, it is.
She says the next 25 years belong to the teams who dare to build something surprising, something no one else is willing to try, and have the patience to see it through. We have done this before, and I'm here to help us do it again. I want to return to the renegade spirit that built Xbox in the first place. It will require us to relentlessly question everything, revisit processes, protect what works, and be brave enough to change what does not. I think Microsoft should just partner up with Nintendo. Imagine Nintendo games on Xbox. I think that'll be the future. That'll really dethrone Sony. If you had a system made by Microsoft with the best hardware out there, being able to play Nintendo IPs, and half to 2/3 of all employees gone, AI will replace them, and thus AI experience CEO. It's a good point, Quantum. I didn't think of that. Microsoft, you spend billions buying up game IP. Oh, what the fuck is all this speech? Yeah, the renegade spirit to buy other studios and make them not do anything.
They bought them and did nothing with them. That's the crazy part.
Maybe they're going to be doing some stuff now because we got a new. Lots of games are coming out that we didn't expect to actually be coming out. We got a new Legacy of Kain game coming out. What's up, Carl? We got some other. We got a new Castlevania game coming out. So
yeah, the vampire games are coming out.
all right, let's take a look at this article that TJ shared with us. I don't know what website this is, but TJ shared this weird article. It says fighting games have a product design problem. Topic: fighting games, 13th of February, revised 19th February. Fighting games in 2026 are floundering, with everything not called Street Fighter 6 relegated to the trash bin of history. The worst and most likely outcome is that other studios look at this and think Street Fighter 6 is the destiny of the genre and try to mimic its game design to regain some relevance. This will predictably fail, and the genre's future will ultimately be at the mercy of Street Fighter 7. You know what I found out today?
What's
TJ?
that?
I found out that Street Fighter actually killed, or Street Fighter 2 more specifically, Street Fighter 2 pretty much killed the beat 'em up genre. Because Street Fighter 2 came out, and at the time, the beat 'em up genre was dominating. That was like the big thing in the arcades. But then Street Fighter 2 came out, and that had dominated so much. It had sold so many arcade cabinets that it started pushing out other games, and the beat 'em ups. You know, Capcom stopped doing beat 'em ups, and that started getting pushed out on their end. And then other companies started making, you know, Street Fighter knockoffs. Instead of making beat 'em up knockoffs, they started making Street Fighter knockoffs.
SNK,
And then pretty much
that.
that's what pushed out the beat 'em up genre, right?
They even cannibalized Final Fight. They were gonna rename Final Fight to Street Fighter 1986 or some shit. Like I can't remember. Like they were gonna give it a year after it, but that didn't work. They stuck with the name Final Fight.
Well, it was going to be Street Fighter 89, and then there's like some different stories as to whether or not it was executive backlash or like people on the gaming floor backlash over the name. I mean, I don't know if you know, but there's a game called Street Fighter 2050, I think.
Street Fighter 2050. Where have I heard that before? Isn't that like Captain Commando?
No, not 2050, 2010. It's a Street Fighter 2010. It's called Street Fighter 2010: The Final Fight. It's made by Capcom. It's a platforming fighting game, and in the English version, the main character is Ken from Street Fighter in the future. It's one of those like really weird fucking games. But so I mean, Capcom was out there trying to do weird things. But anyway, it says I present another path forward, one that would allow the genre to genuinely evolve into something greater, rather than following its current path of de-evolution into mediocrity and irrelevance. This vision is born from the following observations, which I will argue for. Fighting games are currently reaching roughly 1/10 of their potential audience. Off jump, I want to say that this is a really bad point. I hate the potential audience argument, right? Because how do you what is the potential audience? Every gamer, theoretically, every gamer is your potential audience, right?
True.
Yeah.
Souls, I mean, they don't have that much of a potential audience. They just have their audience. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, if the argument was, fighting games are selling less than the last, Street Fighter 6 sold 100,000 copies less than Street Fighter 5, right? Then I go, okay, so they lost. Like, how do we gain back 100,000 people? Maybe that would be an argument, but Street Fighter 6 is selling really well. It's everyone else that's just doing bad, right? So, I don't know. Changing the core game mechanics will have almost no effect on the genre reaching this potential. And 3, there are multiple other dimensions the genre can and must evolve along in order to reach this audience. It says fighting games peaked in the early 90s. In this era, almost everyone who played video games had played fighting games. By the end of the decade, there were new genres developing with Quake and StarCraft, but the accessibility of the arcade could not be matched. You didn't need a LAN party or dial-up internet to play against other players. They were just there. It also came with a built-in social environment that naturally addressed many of the issues modern fighting game players face, such as feeling lost, unable to improve, or ranked anxiety. I don't feel any of those things. I think as a modern fighting game player, I just think that there's just too much. I think the game, again, like even Street Fighter 6, there's so many mechanics, so many systems, right? It's not just basic moves and super moves, right? Or basic moves and not even super moves, because like Street Fighter 2 didn't have super moves. It was
Right.
basic moves and then like special moves, right? And then they added the super moves. Then they added super moves, and then they added blocking, then technical blocking, and dashing system, and then this system and that system. The Street Fighter 6 is like you push these two buttons and your guy like starts glowing and shit. It's like, okay, calm the fuck down. I just want to push button, right? It should be simple, accessible.
Yes,
and it's really
that's
not.
why.
Go ahead.
That's why the potential audience they're talking about is walking away. Let's be real here. I mean, their solution supposedly was putting modern controls and shit, but I highly doubt that that's making people stay around and play.
No, I mean, even with their quote unquote easy controls or whatever, there's still just so many systems and so many things going on. And like the screen is just filled up with all these like flashing lights and shit. It's like, I just want something simple.
That's why I like Killer Instinct. I'm bummed out that it isn't going anywhere. It's like push button, you punch, easy. You push button at the right time, you make a big combo. See, you make the right combo, and then the camera changes a little bit, but you're just doing the combo. You're the one in control, not fucking
I think
flashy finishers and shit.
With all the systems, the gulf between a rookie and a seasoned player is too big. I think that's part of the problem, right? When it came to like Street Fighter, again, if you never played Street Fighter, you can go in there, you can mess with the buttons, you can maybe figure out the special moves, right? And if you played Street Fighter, you knew what all the buttons did, you knew what the special moves were, and you knew what were like counters to other things, right? Like, oh, if he's gonna jump in, I'll do a dragon punch, right? The amount of time it took you to learn that was relatively short. So you can go from someone who never played, was getting your ass whooped, to within a couple of hours, you're like, okay, I know the basics, I know how to do this. Then it just became, you being able to do it at the right time, or pulling off the right move in the moment, right? Now there's so many systems. It's like, even if you learn something, like they know the counter to the thing, like you barely learned how to parry, and the guy's like, "Whoa, doesn't matter because now I threw you for a 300 hit combo," and you're like, "Well, fuck," like getting hit one time and then just like, "Oh, there goes half my life bar," right? You're like, "Why am I playing? What the fuck am I playing for?" Like that's why it's like so hard to like get into it, because it's just like so complicated, and the gulf, like you're never like, I'm never going to be really good. Like even like Call of Duty is the same way, right? Like Call of Duty is real simple. You get a gun, you shoot a guy. That's it. It just becomes like learning like how to shoot the guys and how to like find the guys and where to hide and stuff.
Halo was the same. Remember, that's how it got popular to begin with, Halo Online.
Endless tutorials, like spending 4 hours in the snow in Red Dead Revolution 2. Oh man. I was telling you I was playing Monster Hunter Stories. Like the fucking tutorials, it's like you start playing the game and like you go up to something, you push, it's like, hey, push X to like harvest these mushrooms, right? And then like an hour later, they're giving you a tutorial on how to harvest mushrooms. I'm like, I already did that on my own. I already figured it out. You don't have to like now give me a tutorial to tell me to walk up to the mushrooms and push X. That's why all the SAG actors are pushing for AI legislation, but lawmakers don't give a shit about them. Halo being 4-player local play made Halo a monster. I think that's the other thing, maybe, when it comes to gaming, to not really get off topic. But I think are kids still playing? Like, I don't have kids that age anymore. I don't know if you guys do, but like, how you hear that like kids aren't going outside. Obviously, arcades aren't a big thing in the U.S. anymore. Kids aren't going to arcades. Is everything just like one person at home by themselves playing online? Like, is no one like playing local in their bedroom with like their kids? Like, I remember when I was little, we'd go over to my friend's house. There'd be like 6 of us, and we'd gather around and we'd play, Street Fighter or Final Fight or Double Dragon or something, right? Like I don't hear do kids do that anymore. I don't think they do.
Oh, yeah, ever since Fortnite and Roblox and all that, I highly doubt kids are seeing each other to play games now.
Yeah. It says if you were having trouble, there was someone right there who already had been through it and could talk you through it. That's a lie. I played in the arcades. There was just people going, "Ha ha, you suck,
Yeah.
loser, get out of here." Like maybe your friends would help you, but not necessarily like just strangers. But by the turn of the millennium, the competition from PCs and home consoles had ramped into full gear. Counter-Strike evolved the FPS genre into a team-based, more social experience. Halo and Xbox Live brought online matchmaking to the console. Grand Theft Auto 3 dominated the industry, creating the 3D open world genre almost entirely from scratch. World of Warcraft offered a persistent social world with endless progression. World of Warcraft is a disease on gaming.
Oh god.
Anyone playing World of Warcraft is a loser. If you're a level 80 wizard on World of Warcraft, fucking blow your brains out, right?
That was gacha game before gacha game was a thing, actually, if you think about it. Like pay to win even. I'll go that far. Right now, World of Warcraft really is pay to win.
Tony's right. I downloaded Injustice recently. I wanted to play the game, but the tutorial level was so long, so loaded with bullshit, and so annoying, I just gave up.
Dear Lord, yeah. I remember, this is why until now I actually play Mortal Kombat Deception, because it's like you learn the one combo, you're good. Bye. Oh, okay, nice. Now I can keep using that combo. I'm good. It was way simpler back then.
It says the Cambrian explosion of video games from around 1998 to 2005 can't be overstated. Every genre was being pushed in every possible direction. New genres are being invented from thin air. Not only that, the home console and the internet made them far more accessible, allowing people to play whatever they want from the comfort of their own home. Many fighting games from this period,
what we said.
Many fighting games from this period are considered by fans of the genre as the best of all time. I'm going to argue. I don't think a lot of these are considered the best of all time. I think they're considered like nostalgic, like fan favorites.
Right.
King of the Fighters 98, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. That game's great. Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. That was never considered good until later.
No. Yeah, this shouldn't be here. Only in hindsight people started liking it. But when it first came out, forget it.
Virtual Fighter 4 Evolution, Dead or Alive 4, Tekken Tag Tournament. That's fantastic. Soul Calibur 2, Tekken 5. I think Tekken 5 wasn't thought of that well. Super Smash Bros. Melee. That only got a 2.5 out of 10. That's a terrible game. Ask Tommy Tellerico. He'll tell you. King of Fighters 98 is legendary. Third Strike was just an update, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, so was Double Impact. Double Impact was an update to Street Fighter 3, and then Third Strike was the final update, the final patch notes. However, despite this critical acclaim, the genre's gross revenue declined over this period. While they weren't commercial failures by any means, none came close to Street Fighter 2's 15 million unit sales and 1.5 billion revenue. I think this is unfair. Because you got to remember, when Street Fighter 2 came out, there was nothing else, right? The reason Street Fighter 2 dominated was because it was like such a new thing, right? It was like, oh my God, this fighting game, and like you could play multiple characters and they all have special moves. That was like so unique compared to everything else that was on the market, right? So the idea that
Street Fighter 1, you were just Ryu. That's it.
Or Ken, if you played on the other side of the cabinet.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is like it was so unique and so groundbreaking that it dominated, and all the other companies had to catch up, right? We're talking Tekken 5. This is the 5th game. Like by this time, look at how many games you got. Super Smash Bros, which sort of is in the fighting game, but like I guess we're counting it. But you got Tekken 5, Soul Calibur 2, Tekken Tag Tournament, Dead or Alive 4, Virtual Fighter 4, Evolution, Street Fighter Third Strike, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, King of the Fighters 98, and this isn't even including all the other games that came out this year that were also fighters that are just like crappy ones. Like the amount of fighting games exploded exponentially. So yeah, like there's no one game taking all the money. The money is now spread amongst all of them, right? Also, is the Street Fighter 2's 15 million unit sales? Is that all the Street Fighter 2s, or is that just Street Fighter 2? Because remember, Street Fighter 2 had like 7 versions of it. So we're talking what? Like there was Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2, the new fighter, Street Fighter 2, Turbo, Hyper Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Rainbow. A lot of people don't remember that one. That was the one with the air combos, the air fireballs and shit. So there's so many fucking Street Fighter 2 versions that I don't even know if that's an accurate number as far as the revenue and how many sales they made, right? Let me see. Here we got, and is it also including the ports? Because we have all the Super Nintendo port, the PC, the Amigas, the Game Boys, the Saturns, the PlayStations. I mean, shit. There's a PlayStation 4 version of Street Fighter 2 included in the 30th anniversary collection from 2018, right? Like they're still fucking porting Street Fighter 2. So I don't know. According to this, I'm looking at Wikipedia here, DJ, and it says that it only had 60,000 hardware sales of the original arcade edition, right? And then Championship Edition had 140,000 in the Japan, and then 20,000 in US. And then Turbo is unknown. Super Street Fighter 2 is unknown, and Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo is also unknown. So I don't know. I think this guy's numbers are iffy. I don't know where he's getting these numbers from.
Hibbity jibbity. I think he's also a fighting game nerd. That's why he's like, there's a little bit of bias, you know?
It says Tekken 5, while much more successful than Tekken 4, still lagged behind Tekken 3 sales. At the same time, the gaming industry as a whole experienced explosive growth, with the World of Warcraft alone making 1.5 billion yearly, more than 2 to 3 the entire fighting game genre. Again, that's not even fair because World of Warcraft is making money off of subscriptions and then like nickel and diming people on their little stuff. It's not like World of Warcraft is making a bunch of money just because they sold a whole bunch of units, right? That's like when people go, look at this mobile game made so much more money than like Street Fighter, and you go, yeah, but like they're charging like 99 cents for like a gotcha shit, right? That's right. Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition allowed 2 players to choose the same character. Which is weird. It's weird that it took all the way to Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition to do that long. It's like they're like, wait a minute. What if we allow them to pick the same character?
What if we can allow mirror matches?
Says this stagnation went largely unnoticed at the time. Most titles around this time were all more of the same. Lots of attention paid to the core game mechanics and little else. Many games had big departures in game mechanics from the previous titles, notably Street Fighter 4 compared to Third Strike. These changes were not necessarily good or bad. Some were appreciated by fans, some weren't. But to even bother debating if, say, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is an improvement is pointless. There's no world in which it was getting people to play it who weren't still playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2. There was no evolution, only refinement. It took upstarts in the genre with lesser-known IPs like Skullgirls and Killer Instinct to even attempt to make the genre playable online. 10 years after the rest of the industry was all in on online gaming, but these games lacked the resources and industry know-how to produce something genuinely competitive in the wider market.
They're brokies, bud. Literally, especially in Killer Instinct's case, they were brokies. They did not spend anything on that shit. Like the developers that had nothing to work with.
Says thus they didn't bring new players into the genre. I think also like there is definitely a bias in this because rollback netcode wasn't a thing for the longest, right? Like that,
Yeah.
all that shit had to be invented. And I think like Skullgirls and Killer Instinct going out there and like laying down the foundation was the reason the other companies even decided to get into that shit, right? Because when you're talking competitive fighting games where lots of things have to be going on and lots of split second decision making, you don't want to go out there with a half-ass product and have people like, "Oh, this sucks. The fucking online's no good. It doesn't work right. All this lag and shit." Everything. Internet connections have sped up. Things have gotten better. So I think it was just a matter of time. Like eventually they'd get there, but obviously they were like going to wait.
It took a while.
Marvel vs. Capcom 3 bombed until Ultimate version came out during peak online tournament stream. Online tournament stream saved fighting game genre. Speaking of MMOs, remember how shitty Destiny was?
Oh,
Man, people told me it was good. I never played Destiny. I played Destiny 2, and that was shitty. I was very upset with that. Says 10 years after the rest of the industry was all in on online gaming, but these games lack the resources and the industry know how to produce something generally competitive in the wider market. Thus, they didn't bring new players into the genre. Fighting game players are the only people who have ever heard of them. I think a lot of people haven't heard of Skullgirls because it's like a Gooner fighting game.
No, you can't expect everybody on. I hate to break it to the zeros, but Gooner games do not sell that much.
Yeah, and Killer Instinct, I think a lot of people know Killer Instinct, even people outside of the
FGC. That was their darling, but it went nowhere.
Well, I'm just saying, like, even people who don't play fighting games probably have heard of Killer Instinct just because it was on the SNES.
Nintendo, true. Yeah,
it was on it was in arcades. It was the SNES. And then there was a big resurgence, quote unquote, when Xbox brought it back. So yeah. I mean, I think it's well known enough. It's not like Killer Instinct is some like rinky dink little like I'm trying to think of like what's a smaller what's the one with the dinosaurs?
Primal Rage?
Yeah, it's not like Primal Rage, right? Like, see, even I could like you had to tell me what it was. Like, I was thinking of it. Like, I think Primal Rage would be like a smaller fighting game where like people don't really know it outside of like FGC types, like fighting game enthusiast.
Killer Instinct did have legacy. Yeah, that's true.
So it says at this point, rapidly increasing development costs and stagnating revenues demanded a change in strategy. Tekken Tag Tournament 2 was the harbinger of this squeeze, being one of the biggest flops in the genre to date.
Well, that.
Many developers hitched their wagon to esports, noticing the success of events like Worlds and the International, hoping to generate appeal and marketing via FGC events like EVO. They stripped their games down to bare essentials, focusing even harder on the core game mechanics to ensure they appeal to professional players and broadcasters. Others had their budget slashed, becoming sideshows to their own publisher's mobile gotcha slopware, forcing lower production values. Was Tekken Tag Tournament 2 a flop? I wish he would like provide numbers for that.
Give us evidence, clues, if you will.
Because what are let's see, sales. It got positive critical response. Tekken Tag Tournament 2. It doesn't say anything about sales on Wikipedia here. Looking, because I remember playing it. It wasn't bad. It was just more of the same, right? It was just, and I think Tekken Tag Tournament was
That's
unique.
Probably what happened. Yeah.
Well, Tekken Tag was unique, and it was like outside of the lore, like it was not canon, right? So then Tekken Tag Tournament 2 came, like, oh, that's also not canon. But I don't think it was a flop. I'm not seeing any numbers for it. I can't remember playing Killer Instinct on Sega Mega Drive once or twice back in the day. It completely left my mind, and so people started mentioning it again recently for some reason. I remember playing it because it had some pretty decent characters. It had the fire guy and the ice guy and the robot guy,
There's
the Amazon.
they're memorable
lady,
just
the
by their
football
image.
guy.
Name. The fire guy. The ice
Well, he
guy.
was. I forget what his name was. It was like a guy who was like
Werewolf
a convict,
guy.
but he was on fire.
Yeah, Cinder, Glacius. I know their names. Saberwolf, that's the werewolf.
Well, Saberwolf is actually named after a another game from their history, the company.
Ah,
So says what follows an absolute graveyard of fighting games: Virtual Fighter 5, Final Showdown, King of Fighters, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. And that was bad. See, like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite was bad because they didn't want to include a bunch of X-Men characters and stuff, and they stripped it down to bare bones, and they got rid of fan favorites to like force
Disney
people in there.
fucked them up real bad. Yeah.
Dead or Alive 6, that failed because they got rid of the sexy. Now we're all dead on arrival. Street Fighter 5 required years of patches to get into a passable state. Selling an alleged esports product that doesn't even work online was pure insanity. Mortal Kombat X, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, and Mortal Kombat 11 succeeded by instead sticking with the console era strategy of filling them with content outside of the verse mode. Having some of the best genre in the genre to date across the board, focusing on core game mechanics at the expense of the rest of the product was a losing bet. Tekken 7 is the notable exception with an extremely long tail on its unit sales, still selling millions of copies yearly right up until Tekken 8. The hallmark of a game benefiting from the esports model. It had enough active players to support 5 years worth of DLC, despite Harada saying they only planned up to Season 2. One might attribute it to being the first Tekken to have a PC port, or its cinematic story, or its guest characters. But if you wish, I will happily concede Tekken 7 was also carried by its superior gameplay. Man, when do we get into how long is this fucking article, TJ?
Jesus, this is some hibbity-jibbity. I did not think it was this long. God damn.
Wait, like you didn't even read it? Like
No, I mean I read it at some point, but I didn't think it would be like, whoa.
all right, so let's just hit the high points. Let's just hit we're gonna give you the cliff notes, right? Where do we leave off? Blah blah blah. Get past all this.
See solutions.
This is all just rambling.
Long ass fucking preamble, yeah.
Yeah. First goal: transplant the arcade into the digital realm. Players need a space that provides them with the same social experience. The path to self-mastery is long, and rarely does one do it alone. The fighter is not just motivated by the master, but also by his peers. The themes of lineage and loyalty and master and student don't work when the system is organized entirely around the individual. Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, and Strive all try to do that with Battle Hub and Tekken Lounge. All of these are a good start. They just need to be refined and taken further. What's missing? They are entirely public spaces. Everyone gets forced into the same community. Such a system does not allow different schools of thought. The rival schools narrative doesn't work if there's only one school. In the arcade days, there'd be another arcade you can go to if you didn't vibe with the people there. And if there wasn't, the cliques could still form by using the physical space, playing in separate parts of the arcade. He just wants small hubs so you and your friends can get together and like talk shit online.
Yeah, small guilds.
Guilds within the fighting game. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to work. Second goal, a story mode that cultivates an appreciation for the game's depth. I'm going to say no. I think like the story modes in Mortal Kombat have taken way too much focus.
No, if anything, honestly, the story mode is what killed Mortal Kombat. The story mode is so ubiquitous and awful that people immediately figured out that, the characters are ruined. Like if they weren't in your face, like the characters wouldn't be as despised as they are right now,
Tony, just skip this article and go watch Max's video about Mad Max.
Oh, Maximilian Dude, yeah, he did cover this. But,
Maximilian Dude.
We do our own content here.
The story mode, they force you to play characters that you don't necessarily want to play. It doesn't feel like your story. I think if they wanted to do like a story mode, strip it down and just play through your character's story mode, right? Like it should be tailored to like whatever character you pick. Like if you're playing Mortal Kombat, like, oh, I want to be Johnny Cage. So then like you fight like the arcade ladder, but then they just add little basically, short little cutscenes between like fights or whatever.
Yeah.
Ultimately leading you to the ending cutscene, right? But I don't want to sit through an actual, like, it's like 20 minutes of story. Then like, okay, play a 3-minute battle. Okay, now here's like 20 more minutes of story. Okay, now play another 3-minute fight. Okay, now we're going to change your character. Did you get used to playing Johnny Cage? Good, because now you're going to play a Scorpion. What? Yeah. Also, you're fighting Sub-Zero for some reason. Like,
The
but I don't want to do that.
Remember, like
you've now become a pirate. I don't want to be a pirate, right?
You play as the one faction, as whoever the fuck you want in Dynasty Warriors. You're good to go. And it's the same story.
Goal. Single player modes that amplify the fighting game and that are fun in their own right. No. I don't need extra stuff. Like, again, part of the problem is like with Mortal Kombat, they tried that like little mode where like you go fight a bunch of like random battles against random people on a map or whatever. And it's fun for a little while, but then like there's nothing really unlockable that's really cool out of it. You're not getting any bonuses. It doesn't like improve anything. It's just like a series of fights. Like all the like moving around on the map is just a waste of time when you could just be like, just give me the series of fights. Like tell me, like, here you go. Like here's the fucking ladder. Boom. Right.
Second, ghost mode. Remember? We forgot about that. That was simple enough.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if I'm going to unlock stuff, just like make it where it's like, get rid of all the unnecessary stuff that's like, I don't need 3 minutes of walking around and like figuring out puzzles and like doing bullshit just to fight a match. Just give me the matches. Go, here you go. Here's the mode. Match. Just endless match mode. Just make it that endless match mode, and then you just get rewards for winning. Remember Shujinko? Yeah, that was gay.
Oh, yeah. Let's make Mortal Kombat into a single-player RPG.
Game of Death. That's what Mortal Kombat was supposed to be. Yeah. Here's a game genre that should make a comeback. Car combat. Yeah. Twisted. You would think with the Twisted Metal show doing so well that it would.
True.
Power Instinct. Now that's a really niche fighting game. I think it's called Power Move or Deadly Move, depending on which console it's on. MK's guest characters should have been a separate game, in my opinion. Mortal Kombat Mythology, Sub-Zero tried to do something different with the IP.
Well, at least it was its own game. Fucking Shaolin Monks, that was good.
Samagogo's right. Ultimately, the world has moved on. Kids now play other genres. Traditional one-on-one fighting games are now a niche and remain so. Yeah, I think maybe putting a whole bunch of money, like reduce the budgets of the games, and instead of like trying to chase the $1 billion sales of Street Fighter 2, maybe just be happy with making $100 million, right?
Yeah.
A smaller budget.
Make them simple fighting games. That's it. That's all you need. Like this guy, whoever wrote this, like added way too much hibbity-jibbity trying to solve the problem. It won't work.
Well, there is one more problem that gamers have to face, or gaming in general has to face.
Oh.
Video games are losing the attention war to gambling, porn, and crypto, according to industry report.
Oh, shit.
So,
including fighting games.
There's a new report by Apillion, a gaming industry advisory company headed by venture capitalist and market guru Matthew Ball, has broken down the state of the video game industry, and it has published data indicating the medium is losing the war for people's attention to other venues, other ventures, including gambling, crypto, and pornography. Who would have thought that pornography would be more? I'm pretty sure when it says pornography, it's probably going to be like OnlyFans and like Twitch dots, right?
Oh, yeah.
The report, a lengthy 164-page presentation, which you can and should read yourself, dedicates a whole section called Video Games Are Losing the Attention War in the Major Market 8 to the topic. It starts by comparing pre- and post-pandemic consumer spending from 8 major video game markets: the US, Japan, South Korea, UK, Germany, France, Canada, and Italy. Prior to the pandemic, these countries made up over 60% of the total spending on video games. Post-pandemic, almost all these regions have seen a drop in the gaming population. In the US, 2.5 to 4 points worth of players stopped playing video games. The Canadian Trade Association found in its latest report that roughly 1 in 6 players prior to the pandemic have stopped playing. That's interesting. Because you would think that there would be more people playing post-pandemic just because of the pandemic. Like the people playing before the pandemic should still be playing, and then the people who jumped on it during the pandemic, some of those should have stayed, right? So it should be higher now than it was before, but it's lower. So it's like not only did the pandemic people who had nothing else to do, they went back to doing the other shit, but like other people also went back to doing other shit, right?
I think the moment the opportunity presented itself, they all just went and touched grass.
164 pages to establish that young men prefer seeing poontang instead of playing COD. Genius. Less disposable income post-pandemic.
Yeah.
Good point. I mean, yeah, but if they're spending that money on thoughts, this is like the whole idea that like hold on. The idea that pornography gets more attention than video games was always why I was so confused with porn games. It's like, why play a porn game when you could just watch porn, right? It's like, I can never square that peg. I can never go, you know what? I want to play like Skyrim, but like everyone's nude and you can fuck, and go, but why? You're gonna jack off? They're like, no. I'm like, well, then just play regular Skyrim. Like, no, but like they're nude and you could like fuck. Like, so you just want to watch people fuck? Like, yeah. Why don't you just watch porn? Like, no, because I want to play Skyrim. Like, dude, like none of this makes sense to me. Like, I can't, like, I cannot for the life of me wrap my head around this shit.
It's like the Zeros when they're complaining about how video game characters don't look like goon or bait.
No, it's like this. This is what it's like to me, TJ. I like pickles. I love chocolate. I could never see myself eating pickles with a chocolate. It's just, no.
They don't belong to each other, yeah.
It's like, porn is porn.
You need to focus when you're playing.
Yeah. I don't watch porn to be entertained. I don't like, hey, it's been a long day at work. Let me get a beer and just turn on the pornography and see what's going on. See what's the latest fucking, I can't even think of an actress. What's the latest porn actress up to, right? And you like just sit there. Like, you watch porn for a reason, right? And so you play video games for a reason. Those two reasons are opposites.
Yep. The blood goes through the brain, not to the penis, you know? when you're gaming.
Gooner game, bud. Yeah.
When you're locked on, bud.
Yeah, when I'm locked in for different reasons. All right. These decreases in participation have resulted, the report posits, in a drop in spending. The U.S. PC and console spend is down 8% since 2020, which comes to roughly $2.3 billion. Mobile gaming, U.S.'s annual growth in terms of spending has largely flattened since 2025, but is still above 12% compared to 2020 and now beats out console spend. Total spend across all major market 8 regions on console and PC shrunk by $4.8 billion. And mobile is down $2.3 billion. Aw, boo-hoo. All while 5 of these 8 markets are at all-time highs in terms of total spend. This money is instead going elsewhere. To Roblox, for example, which reports state makes up 67% of net growth. 67% of the net growth is on a single game, and it's fucking Roblox.
God damn.
What is going on Roblox? I've never played Roblox. I've seen what Roblox looks like, and I cannot wrap my head around why it is so popular and what is going on in Roblox. Seriously. Is it like a drug? Is it like crack for kids or something? It's like digital crack. Because I can't wrap my head. That's another thing I can't wrap my head around, like people playing. But then again, you see the games I play, so you know most people are like, "Yeah, Tony, you're playing fucking Stardew Valley and shit." So what the fuck do you know about video games? It says, so that's a lot of dire sounding figures, but why is this happening? Where is all this attention and money going? Well, Chapter 4 of the report links this drop to multiple other mediums garnering people's attention. These are social video, creator pornography, AI assistants, crypto and meme coins, prediction markets, online sports betting, and iGaming and iCasinos. In just the US, consumption of TikTok is up 39 million hours a day compared to pre-COVID figures. In the 2025, American consumers spent roughly $5 billion on OnlyFans. $5 billion on
Jesus
OnlyFans.
Lord.
$4 billion of that was TJ. All the money.
I'm the main investor.
Now, Cosmic says Roblox is just Minecraft with sex. Is that what it is? Roblox was around when Adobe Flash was the go-to software for internet media consumption. Now, do you reckon there was an article published in a ye old Victorian era newspaper called Report Gentleman's Ankle and Calf Portraiture generates more revenue than Hoop and Sticks in 1989? Yeah, probably. I imagine there's probably some old articles about like how like men are going to like Nickelodeons and watching stag films instead of like going to the opera or some shit. There's probably stuff. Mobile gaming has always been the future ever since Tetris.
That's true. The Game Boy.
During the 2025 period, AI apps that allowed for, quote, role play, erotica, and art have soared. The latest track statistics for installs for this software came to just under 1 billion worldwide. Man, I feel, you kind of feel bad. You go, man, because you know it's all dudes. I'm pretty sure that the 1 billion people worldwide getting AI apps to allow role play of an erotic variety
100%. Yeah.
is like lonely dudes. And on the one hand, I feel bad for these guys. And on the other hand, I go, man, that's a lot. That's 1 billion worth of women that are now unserviced.
Less competition for me.
Yeah. That's right, ladies. I am your only option. What are you going to do now? Prediction markets, where users can bet on events that happen in the world, also had a recent boom in popularity. Users placed 1.5 million bets a day during quarter 4 2025. Prediction markets, that's not sports betting. That's like going like at the next presidential speech, Trump is going to wear a red tie, and you could like bet on shit like that. Like, which sounds fucking insane. Could you imagine betting on just like normal things? Like not even sports, not even something that's like, it's like a flip of the coin that you're basically betting on, right?
High risk, high reward.
I guess. I think the same thing about the gays. More women for me. The CDI is the future. Oh yeah, Amico was the future. Amico would have saved gaming, but Tommy fucked that up. I want to go to that reality. I want to do the sliders thing where I go to different realities, and I go to the one where the Amico came out. It was the dominant force.
The Earthworm Jim became a thing.
Yeah. You know, like in Demolition Man. Remember in Demolition Man where she's like, "Let's go to Taco Bell," and he's like, "What?" He's like, "All restaurants are Taco Bell now. They won the franchise wars." I'm gonna go to the reality where like all video games is Amico now. They won the video game wars. I'm like, what? It's like just world peace. Everyone's happy because everyone's playing Amico. Says users placed 1.5 bets. Online sports betting is also taking potential users' money. In 2025, U.S. net losses due to sports betting passed 17 billion, a 35-time increase from 2019 as these sorts of services become normalized, legalized, and integrated into sports in the U.S. Despite bans in other countries, international net losses are around 53 billion a year. iGaming, which includes online casinos, are yet another avenue from gambling, which report raises as an alternative path of gamers' money. iGaming is twice the size of the mobile casino game category in terms of growth, and 21% of all U.S. video game spend. Worldwide, gamers lose $54 billion a year in illegal iGaming, which accounts for 45% of global gaming spend. Man, It says the report states video gaming post-pandemic problem isn't that players choose to watch TikTok instead of buying a AAA game or subscribe to OnlyFans instead of buying PlayStation. It's that on a Friday evening, players are placing a growing share of their time and spend elsewhere. Too much pornography. I think pornography has become too easy to get for kids.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
The Tommy Tallarico Presidential Library.
I actually think gaming is dying too.
Yeah. I think it's what happens when anything becomes mainstream, right? Gaming was a niche, then it became mainstream, so it exploded, and then it became too mainstream, right? Like
Yes.
the appeal to everyone to chase the global market, the every market, however you want to call it, right? I think that's the problem. It becomes
Same
watered
happened with
down.
wrestling.
Yeah, it becomes a watered down product that no one really wants.
Anime's next. And I'll be there dancing on the graves. Doing a moonwalk in the Cabbage Patch.
All right. Let's watch some trailers. I got some trailers here. Where are we at? Some of these are good. Some of these are bad. Some of these you'll be like, "Oh, Tony, why would you even do that?
Uh-oh.
Why would you even want us to watch that?" I got one, and it is the last trailer on this list, and I picked it specifically because it is so what the fuck. It is so what the fuck were these people thinking that I just had to include it. So this first one is Horus, Desert Survivor. It is basically Vampire Survivor, but Egypt. Which, in my opinion, we need more Survivor games. This was a genre that I didn't know I needed. Reverse bullet hell. These games are so stupid and so simple that I think I spent over 100 hours playing Vampire Survivor. Then I went and bought like all the clones that are on PlayStation. I went and bought a whole bunch of those. What do you think, TJ? Did this up your alley?
Sold.
When every customer is your customer, no one is. Yeah. I agree. All right, this is Maitreya. This is what if you had superheroes, but also they were like content creators on YouTube?
Oh shit.
The world where kaiju battles have become normal. New heroes about to be born.
いや、あんた逃げなって安全なとこに。たくしょうがない。変身。私が倒すしかないか。おはようございます。ヒーロー活動を開始します。怪獣を撮影とかマジで何考えてんの？まさか同じ学校にヒーローがいたなんて。なんかこれってまるで動画配信者じゃない？この街の怪獣を倒してる英雄的存在だぞ。
It was like a bootleg My Hero Academia. Plus One Punch Man.
ラセステンです。よう人間ども、邪魔する者は容赦しねえ。
ずいぶん上から目線だね。
拙僧はラセステンが一人。よっしゃ。お前ら、登録者数は
Some Power Rangers shit too.
我々のチャンネル登録者数、貴様らのはるか上です。偉そうにして当然です。
Nani?
逆らう者は死
You got Jiggle Physics, bud.
いつでも挑戦待っておるぞよ。
そんなに戦いたいなら、私が相手してあげようじゃん。
いいぜ。その生意気。
Oh, I get it. Okay. I was wondering where the streaming element comes in.
What'd you say?
I was wondering where the streaming shit comes in. You get to see people commenting on your combos. That's the mechanic.
俺はあの人に憧れてヒーローになったんだ。そんなもんかヒーロー。
So I'm guessing like all your battles are like live streamed,
Yeah.
なんか
and so like
ヒーローって
the missions are ranked
そんなことより
how well you
これ
did.
だと期待しますよ
今すぐ Steam のウィッシュリストに登録。
さあみなストーリームオンだ
It looks fun.
こっちみな正気なプロフィールなんだ
Very Japanesey. And of course, this is Collector's Code. This is a little cozy game. What I play. This is what I play. This is what I spent my monies on instead of pornography. Fishing, farming, gathering. I'll tell you what, this game will never overheat my PlayStation. bud.
There you go.
What it is, I became old. It's like I just want a game that's just really simple and relaxing.
プレイステーション
All right, so this is a Whizman's World retry. This is a game that has never been released in the US until now, and they're remastering it. RPG, bud. Look at those sprite graphics. Classic JRPG finally makes its Western debut. Fully remastered. Carry on your missing mentor's legacy. Like Pokemon. But like better.
Oh shit.
You gotta fuse your monsters. It's like a little bit Pokemon, a little bit Persona. But also more of a high fantasy setting.
Hi.
PlayStation.
All right, here's TJ's game, Legacy of Kain,
Here
the
we
final
go.
remastered. Did they remaster the first Legacy of Kain game?
They didn't. I think it's
Scion
because a whole
of
different
balance,
studio.
savior of Nosgoth.
What's that?
A whole different studio made the first Kane game. That's why, which sucks. I wish they would remaster that shit. I mean, at least you get to play as Kane here. You know.
Did it? What was the studio that made the first one? I'm looking.
It's not
Blood
Crystal
Omen
Dynamics.
Legacy of Kain was made by Crystal Dynamics, Silicon Knights, and published by Crystal Dynamics.
And then Eidos took over, and then they made Soul Reaver. See, that's what happened.
Yeah, I don't think there is. Yeah, there's no. The original Legacy of Kain was awesome though. Legacy of Kain Defiance is the fourth game in the franchise, so they're remaking the fourth game.
Yep.
That's gay. I know they remade the what the hell is it? The Soul Reaver
1 and 2. Yeah.
Yeah. Two champions born by destiny. I do like how
There he is,
Legacy of Kain had the game ended with a choice where you could be a vampire or not. And then Legacy of Kain 2, Soul Reaver was like, yeah, this one's canon. He became a vampire.
Yep.
Like, why wouldn't he become a vampire? It's awesome.
PlayStation.
All right, this is Legacy of Kain Ascendance. The moment his wings were
The
revealed.
moment his wings were revealed, Nosgoth trembled.
Oh shit! Metroidvania.
Metroidvania, Legacy of Kain. It looks like you're playing Kain and someone else.
Raziel.
You have done well, Raziel.
It's Raziel before he
saved
became
yourself.
I have come seeking a favor.
the Wraith.
Ascendance isn't grand.
Wait, hold on.
I have come seeking a favor.
Melchief. Raziel.
Ascendance isn't granted. It is
Is earned with blood, TJ. You're going to get the new Legacy of Kain game?
Yeah.
earned.
I wonder how it fits
Blood.
into the lore.
プレイステーション
I think it's prequel to the Soul Reaver series for sure. I think that's
Soul
what it
Reaver
is.
got remade. Yeah, it reminds me of Blasphemous. Blasphemous, I tried to get into. I couldn't really get into it. It was like, it was too open world for a Metroidvania. It was just like, go figure it out. I was like, no, it's too much. Castlevania, they need to cross over Castlevania with Legacy of Kain. Let's make it happen. Belmont's
In
Curse,
the name
announcement
of
trailer.
His Most Royal Majesty, by the
The
grace
year of our Lord,
God,
2026.
King
We're getting
of
finally
France.
the Castlevania game.
Ah, would you play as a lady? That's no fun.
This is the descendants of what is it? Trevor and Sypha Belmont.
I thought you were gonna say this is the what Bloodstained was supposed to be before that guy left and did his own game.
Well, actually, yeah, Bloodstained should have been this, but here we are.
I like that
screen
they're going
shaking.
back to these 2D simple side-scrolling, really
Yeah,
complicated 3D graphics. I think it looks good. I'm excited. I want to play this.
the art style is great.
So now we appeal to you, Trevor Belmont, last of House Belmont.
Belmont's Curse. So you can see the vampire killer is eating this person alive. See, look, the arm is fucked up.
プレイステーション
Yeah. This is Brigandine Abyss, a new game in the Brigandine series. I love these. These are strategic RPG-ish games. Tactical RPG is what they call it. When you pick a nation, you try to destroy all the other nations in this fantasy world. A different fucking unit based on like fantasy characters and shit. Big fun. I'm into this shit. This is the kind of shit that I play.
Total War, but Japanese.
That's it. Just a little teaser. That's all you get. 2026. Eventually.
プレイステーション
All right, here's this is a Contra wannabe, Machine Gun Fury.
Oh,
This for my retro gamers. Look at this shit. It's like Commando, Contra, little Akari Warriors, 3 heroes. One mission. Look at it. Oh man, it's got a little bit of fucking Jackal in it. I think it's like all these old school games combined. A little Contra, a little fucking Commando, a little Jackal, Machine Gun Fury. Available the 20th of March, 2026.
プレイステーション
This is a Silent Planet, Elegy of a Dying World. Here's another Metroidvania. Retro Bro games. Yeah.
interesting. It's a modern setting here for some reason.
So it looks like there's like a little bit of a post-apocalyptic thing going on, but also
Yeah.
like castles and shit. It's like Symphony of the Night. Post-apocalyptic Symphony of the Night.
Remember the Castlevania remake? The second one? The sequel? Tried to be
Second
God of War.
Castlevania game is good. Thanks.
The art style is
Lightsaber.
good.
This is Echo Island, another one for my retro gamers. This is basically Zelda. I don't even think they're trying to hide it at this point. Look at Zelda. Look at it. You know, if this is cheap. Yeah, if this is cheap enough, that's the thing with these kind of games, right? Like, I would definitely play this if it was like $10, right? But they try to be like, here's like $30. Like, no. Your knockoff Temu Zelda is not $30. It's like a $10 game, right? I'll give you like 10.
Right.
They finally mastered Blast Rocket. Gundos, like a Mega Man type game. Little Noir.
While between the early bird and another with a broken.
Okay, Frank Sinatra, goddamn. To the music.
Because it's got that 1950s noir aesthetic.
Replace this machine with another machine.
You're a detective with a gun nose.
Fill him with steam. Work as hard as twice the men, or twice the hours, half the pay.
Oh, shit.
You're a detective that has a nose that shoots bullets.
This is like Snatcher. Or Blade Runner, you know, which Snatcher.
Yeah, a little bit of Blade Runner.
You're figuring out who's a robot and shit.
Gets his way. So I'll ride on that smoking train today.
Yeah, good music. And I like the visuals. What is on Kickstarter? Kickstarter? They're racist. We don't like Kickstarter.
It all starts here.
All right, this is the last trailer. This is the what the fuck game, TJ. It's called Become. Okay? In this game, you play a sperm.
One among millions. Tiny, determined, and ridiculously optimistic. They dream of purpose, but it will not be easy.
You gotta fight monsters inside her vagina. This sucks. You ended up on a sock, DJ. Wait, was that a Mexican sperm? Hold on.
Oh yeah, look.
Yeah, look at that. You could be a Mexican sperm.
You can dress up your sperm. Look at this.
Your buddies, Immune Whisperer, Amigos, Survival, Cell Recovery, Come Again, Protein, Sugar Shock, Got Milk, Wild Dash, Buster Bouncer. It's a roguelike worm game. Literally.
Where millions perish,
Game, bud.
you become.
Winning means you become. Coming 2026. So there you go. That's the those are the trailers. I think it Cream Pie Simulator. Basically, you're a sperm. You're trying to race to the egg, and it's roguelike. And I guess you got to like improve your skills and become better. So I think it's a unique concept. Interesting, a little crude, sure, but I think it's fun, right? We want innovative things in our gaming.
True.
Let me see. Did we go over these? Yeah, okay, we went over these. So we got to go now. We got to go over our 2 weeks worth of polls and questions, and got lots of things to go over. TJ, you ready for this? All right. I said 11 days ago, should I review more Rippaverse comics?
Oh shit! Overwhelmingly,
67% overwhelming said yes. Let's see what the commentary is. Sort by newest. Go to the bottom. The answer is big yes. Frog Tony needs to do all Rippaverse comics.
of course, Melvin Sherman would say that. God damn, he's going to put us through the agony that is fucking Critical Drinker's book.
Yeah. Yes, please. Also, is there any chance to bring Partika on in that context? Absolutely love your and Mike's coverage of the subject matter. You don't seem to be keen on EV, Little Miss Steele, but I find him very entertaining. And while I disagree with a lot of his conclusions, rather rational. Any chance of discussion about Rippa with him on stream could be interesting. Seems like a nice guy. I say that EV is welcome to come on. I doubt he will. He says, while I don't know EV personally, I'll try to persuade him. What about Partika? I'd love to have Partika on, I said, to talk about comics, criticism, especially of the Rippaverse. And he says, man, that would be awesome. I did reach out to Mike Partika, and I don't know if he didn't get the message or not, but he asked me, he goes, hit me up on like Gab or like Truth Social or Blue Sky. I'm like, dude, I don't want to get a whole fucking another Twitter just to like message you. He's like, well, do you have a email? And I left the email, but I don't know if YouTube blocked the comment or not because he didn't reply. And I haven't got an email from Mike yet. P.S. As for Black Angus reviews, is that bridge fully burnt? Always liked him as a guest. And I said, yes, it's burnt to a fucking crisp. Black Anus reviews, no good. Since EVS is doing less Trashcast, please pick up the slack. I love laughing at Erica Julie and his Rippetards. Someone's got to do it, not me. Thanks for your sacrifice. Of course, Music Master always got to recommend us selling via Rippasend. Samba Gogo says, expose that Rippa slop. But seriously, I want to use Rippasend to scam Eric July, says Melvin. All right. Then I said, should I do gaming streams? 95 votes. 9% said yes, solo. 31% said yes with the fans. 60% said no, don't do them. I guess that's the answer.
People have spoken.
People have spoken. Music Master says there are many Amigo games to stream. Finnegan Fox, Shark, Astro Smash. I've already streamed all three of those. So there's not. 56 says neglected gaming viewers. Well. Look who came crawling back after hopping its ass into boiling water. What kind of game, says Enrique? Pocket pool? Haters, yes. Christian says, I would be there for TV and movie reviews, possibly old and unusual games, as well if the games itself is the interesting, obscure part. Can't bring myself to watch regular gaming streams, no matter how entertaining the player is. My favorite would be more Rippa coverage. I've seen two dudes do a read of full issues where they each read different characters. I think you I think with your regular cast, that would be entertaining and funny as hell. We would have to get TJ to not be on a delay and Autoy to not be on a delay, or else we'd definitely not be able to read comics together like that.
True.
Says also Ripper-related conversations with other critics. Of course, as mentioned, Partika would be a blast. Mr. H, Chud Logic, even though the last two aren't really detractors. Monty, Drunken Peasants, Revenge of the Sith, etc. Also, discussions about grifters with other detractors like Birdman, Eric. On the other hand, tournaments could be fun. Street Fighter and KO system, Vito versus Tony, then TJ versus Perp, etc. Throwing matches at Little Ego Eric books. That's a game to stream. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be lighting Eric July stuff on fire. I think that's cringe. I think lighting shit on fire.
Yeah, that's not a good idea. Smiller came up with that. We don't want to be like Smiller.
I said, is Trashcast truly over? 72% are smart, and they said no. And that really was the it wasn't. Like, EBS has said that it was over, but then he's like, it's not over. It's never over. It's never over. A series finale where July wins by either selling the Ripperverse IP or closing the warehouse would be nice. Music Master says, Eric July keeps winning. It'll never be over. You know what I'm saying? Says Cosmic. Trashcast will return in Adventures Doomsday. And that's the bottom line because Sturgis said so. My sketchbook says, yes, he did one just a day ago, I think. Thunderduck says, I hope not. Trashcast is more than just ripping, wink, wink, on Eric. It revealed much we didn't know that went on behind the scenes. Trashcast with Ethan is like Q and the Q drops in comics. I don't think EBS knows how important Trashcast is to uncover all the bullshit he needs to know. Serious Man says every stream is Trashcast now. Rotham says may as well be over considering Cunty Did is more concerned about your DMs and providing nothing of value for the show to play. EBS needs better clippers. Finesse says the best Trashcast EVS could do is just double down on getting his work completed. And to be fair, he has been doing that the last month. Those live streams are showcasing his outstanding artwork. I understand Trashcast was quick money to help keep the family afloat with extra costs coming in, but the entire recent legacy he started with Cyberfrog must be completed. Man, this guy sounds like a whiner. When completed, it can be bound and sold in shops because it is that good of a product that it should get out there more and push the IP to companies later. I think this guy just doesn't like Eric being made fun of because EBS could literally do both, right?
Yeah.
All right. 7 days ago, this was last week's Ask Us Anything. Just another guy says, I keep forgetting to ask, but can you fix your audio, your clip audio? It's much louder than your stream audio, like that Eric dancing clip. Whenever you get a super chat, please and thank you. I guess I would have to re-record them and lower the audio. I could try. I could definitely try to, like I said, I could try to re-record them and lower the audio on them. TJ, remind me. Leave me a note.
All right.
Just another guy says, what's your favorite gaming device of all time? Mine is the PSP. TJ, what's your favorite gaming device of all time?
Oh, PlayStation 2, hands down. It had all my favorite games somehow.
I'm on the fence. I think the PlayStation 2 is really good, has a really good library, but I also like the SNES library. I think the SNES just because of the nostalgia. It had great RPGs, great action games. I think the SNES had just the best overall library. Like the amount of classics, the amount of hits on the SNES. Like I think the PlayStation 2 obviously had more games, but I think there's like a huge chunk of them that are just garbage.
Oh yeah, there's garbage. That's for sure.
Broken Good says PC. That doesn't count.
That's the easy answer. I went for the hard answer. See.
The SNES has better stuff with graphics that age the best. Yeah, that's why I would have said PS1, but a lot of the PS1 stuff I think didn't really age good. Didn't age well. Like Resident Evil was great for its time, but I think it aged really bad.
Oh yeah,
really poorly. Has there ever been a crowdfunded game that raised over 10 million, was completed and released? It seems to me those that raise under $1 million have much higher chance of being completed. I want to say yes, but I'm not sure. Like I don't pay attention enough to the games to know how much they've raised on Kickstarter or whatever and crowdfunding. But I think, how much did Bloodstained raise? It made the campaign raised 5.5 million, so that's under 10. What about Mighty Number 9?
Oh, that one is oof.
Yeah, it's a shitty game. I don't like it, but I mean, it had a Kickstarter. I'm just curious how much it raised. I mean, it released, right? So even if it like
True.
it's bad, it's still released, right?
They delivered, bud.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tainted Grail was also crowdfunded, according to Sorrowwind.
How much did that make? What did it make? Apparently, the studio shut down.
For Tainted Grail?
No, for Mighty Number 9. It only made like 4 million. Damn. I thought it made more. What man? What are the let me see. Gaming Kickstarters, gaming crowdfund raising over 10 million. That goes to show how much I don't pay attention.
Okay, Tainted Grail, 6.2 million.
I can't find any articles or anything with like the top gaming crowdfund. There's always like top everything crowdfund.
Right.
Okay, here we go. List of gaming crowdfund projects. Indivisible only made 1.8 million. Friday the 13th made 800,000. BattleTech 2 million. Yeah, I don't think there's a Star Citizen is the most.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the only one that hasn't released, right? So, Shroud of the Avatar, has that come out yet? That made over 11. That made 11 million. And then some game called Magical Girl Witch Trials made 66,000 yen, which I think is about 12 million. I mean, the Ouya only made 8.5 million. So yeah, like I'm looking. It doesn't seem there's a lot of games that made 10 million. The only 3 on this list on Wikipedia are Star Citizen, Magical Girl Witch Trials, and Shroud of the Avatar. And Shroud of the Avatar came out in 2018. So the only one is fucking Star Citizen. It's the only one that made over 10 million. Yeah. Ooh, the game? Yeah. That's it's called OnlyFans. They made lots of money. All right. Dennis Rodriguez says, "Do you think Mike Wheeler is pushing to get into CG to find support for his crowdfunding platform?" Yes, 100%. Mike Wheeler wants to make friendly with CG now because he needs people to back his platform so he can make money off of it. Right? You don't build a platform like that to not make money. And if the campaigns are barely making any money, you're barely, because he's getting that little percentage off of it, right? You know, whatever his fees are, he needs more campaigns, and they got to raise more money so he can make money. Because he went from like 6 months ago, fuck CG, I hate you guys. You guys are all faggots, to I love you guys. I don't want to be mad at you.
Sanitizing his image.
So yeah, it's all money. It's all. Is my untrained ear unable to distinguish between U.S. accents, or is Cynthia and Mike Wheeler speak the same? Your untrained ear cannot hear U.S. accents. They don't speak at all.
Oh no, no. Cynthia's accent is a whole different thing.
Yeah. What anime is going to be first covered by Anime Hour when it returns?
There you go. Finbar answered it.
Finbar says, yes. The Guyver. I'm answering this here because I won't be back for a while, and this answer is non-negotiable. The Guyver, 1989. Going to be covered by Anime Hour when it returns. So there you go. All right. Should I make more clips of Eric July's content? 108 votes. 71%. Yes.
Overwhelmingly. Look at this.
Overwhelming. All right. What do the comments say? You see, you guys were complaining I don't read the comments. Now I'm reading all the comments. Quantum says you should do more detracting content. Your other shows don't seem to get a lot of views. I still watch, though, especially the wrestling. I answered, I'm not chasing views. I mean, the wrestling gets almost no viewers. I said it's a passion project. I'm not just on YouTube for views or clout. He says, no problem. It's fun to see a change as well. Do the WWE as well. WWE will claim us. Like, if we try to watch anything.
Oh,
WWE,
yeah. They're merciless. Yeah.
Yeah. We can't play any of their music. We can't, like. That's what I like about JCW. Is like, I could watch the entire show. They're not like, oh, man, you can't watch that. You can't. They're just like, go ahead. Who cares? We want more people to watch this. We want more people interested.
Maybe there's another federation out there who aren't so strict, but I don't know. I can't watch anything other than JCW these days.
Yeah. Sorrowwind says, as Rippaverse is showing, not much money in anti-CG books. There really isn't. There never was any money in anti-CG books. You got to figure, CG is tiny, right? Now, to be anti-CG, that would be even tinier, right?
You're like the niche of the niche, you know?
Yeah, because like the mainstream, technically the mainstream is anti-CG, but when you talk anti-CG, like they're not going to support you to screw CG. They're just going to ignore all of it, right? So you going, I hate CG, like the mainstream isn't going to go, here's money, right? Leftists aren't going to go, here's money because you're anti-CG. They're just going to be like, yeah, haha, those guys hate you too, right? So like the actual anti-CG people are the small within the indie community. And a lot of them, they hate CG, but they don't hate CG to the point where they would pay money to hate CG, right? They want to hate CG for free. Like hate is free. And so they're not going to support you. They're not going to give you money because you also hate CG. They're going to give you a pat on the back and go, good job, Ricardo. You left quietly. We also hate
he
CG.
found out the hard way.
Right? So, I mean, just look at Mike Wheeler's thing. I mean, Little Miss Steel from EV Comics has $114 raised. Where did all the anti-CG support get them, right? Nada J says, you are actually more focused than the previous clipper that had to be told not once, but twice that their content couldn't be used on Trashcast because it's not content material for Trashcast. Melvin says the answer is always yes. When it comes to Eric July, is always yes. So I guess I'll be adding that to the content now. So guys, look forward to seeing clips of Eric July content. They will be my Eric July content will be in 1080p. I will not clip out the dead air. So, and here's the thing: when I clip Eric July, it's going to be in high quality. I'm not going to clip out the dead air, and I'm not going to clip more than, I think, 10 minutes. A 10-minute clip is the longest I'll do, right? I always think it's weird where it's like a 40-minute clip. Like, that's not a clip. 40 minutes isn't a clip, right?
You might as well take the whole stream.
Yeah, that's content. Yours. That's the content. Like, here's for like a clip is like, oh, here's a little thing where he said this stupid thing, right? Here's a little 5-minute. He went on a 5-minute tirade out of his hour content. But like, if it's like a 2-hour stream and you're clipping like 1/3 of the stream, it's like, yeah, that's not a clip anymore, right?
Full Eric experience.
Good luck. Eric is so boring to watch. I don't know how you'll find anything to clips. I mean, I just play it in the background, or I'll look through if he has transcripts, it's always real easy to find stuff. Or I'll just play it in the background and I'll listen. And if I hear something, I'll go, okay, I gotta clip that. Yeah, I don't want to do it, but you guys are making me. You guys are twisting my arm. Should I retire the drinking streams? This one was very close.
Oh,
55% yes. 45% no. Never. Music Master says replace them with Apple eating streams. do you know that would probably be worse for me. Like I can only imagine if I had to eat like 10 apples on a stream. Like I would just be like, oh, I'm so tired. Like I throw up.
Oh, that will mess up your stomach. Yeah.
I think it'd be pretty hard. Like I
fiber.
could drink 10 shots. I don't know if I could eat 10 apples. Lasombra, cool guy, says, okay, that's a good one. Nice. Sketchbook says, no, just drink without super chats. Drink to hibbity jibbity or some other thing. Just drink to comfort so we all have a great time. El Rufian says, save your liver. Don't get wrecked for money. Drink on your own accord. Fusion says, lol, just raise the prices. $20 to $30 for the shots.
No, we tried that. It didn't work.
The Yon Renga says, we want Frog Tony, not frog liver. Chris Mills said, I said yes because it will kill your liver. Now, if you do not do those very often, say like one every 6 months and have $50 equivalent shots and use the least alcoholic beverage, you can keep it going. Still, drink streams can have you up in an AA meeting. Damn. Guys, I am so fucking touched that you guys don't want me to die or kill my liver. I was really shocked. Like, I thought you guys were going to be like, yeah, because we don't want to buy you shots, or yeah, because we don't want you being stupid and stupid drunk. But all this was like, we don't want you to die, which is like, it's very...
Sorrow voted yes, too. See?
I feel very appreciated, right? That's what I'm saying. So, thank you guys. You guys are the real ones, is what I'm saying. Right? Someone was complaining, TJ. I love this comment. This is unrelated, but I got a comment. It says, Tony, you're totally missing the point. Even if he got his first comic at 7, doesn't mean he really didn't. He didn't really start getting into it till age 13 or whatever. This nitpick stuff makes you look bad. I love when people comment stuff like that, because it's like, have you not watched the channel? Right? Like, clearly, like, nitpicking is all I do. Like, nitpicking is the content. Like, that's what I do here. Right? All right, member stream. Don't forget that if you're a member, guys, all the member streams, I would say 90% of all of our member streams are still there for 99 cents. If it gets especially wild, I throw those up to 500. If I know people want to watch them, they're very highly regarded member streams. Those are in the $500 tier. But you could at least watch them on the first showing for 99 cents. Do you like apples? 81% said yes. How could anyone say no? Seriously, how is there someone that doesn't like apples?
Apples are great.
Yeah. Nitpick equals I resent your attention to detail. Let's see what these comments are. Stephen Lanudo says green apple is good for you. Girl has no name says love some good Granny Smith or Golden Delicious. I like Granny Smith. Granny Smith, fucking fantastic. I had one today. Had me a Granny Smith. Golden Delicious. I don't know, man. I know those are Autoy's big apples, but I feel like they're kind of lackluster. Like they're more like a pear. They're almost pear-like in their taste. And I'm pretty sure pears and apples are related. I think they're like almost the same species or something, right? But I think a Golden Delicious has more of a pear taste, at least to me. Maybe I got weird taste buds. Sketchbook says, I do, but I'm diabetic, so I can't eat too many. Girl has no name says, how do you like those apples? Base Bunny Love says, came to say the same, lol. Broken Good says, I only eat apples with AI. We saw some of that going around. Music Master says, apples suck. We got Minty Crafty, apple, apple. Red apple, green apple, red apple, green apple. Samba Gogo 18 minutes ago says apples trigger certain people's precious peelings. So it's a good pun. Good apple pun there. I like that. All right. Obviously, there was no stream. Frog Tony was sick. Some people are confused. They thought I was talking in the third person. Don't forget, we have the intern, guys. The intern handles all my bullshit. All right, TJ. We're in the home stretch here. Ask us anything. Just Another Guy says, who is the most pathetic / sad person on the anti-CG church group? In my opinion, it's Riley. Oof. You want to give your answer first, TJ? Who's the most pathetic of the SJW church people?
Oh, Cynthia, 100%. Nobody is as pathetic and sniveling as he is, and untalented, you know.
I think Ruby.
Oh, actually, yeah, that is a good point. He's the one who got cocked by somebody like that.
I'm gonna say Ruby's the worst because A, he admitted to letting pedophiles off the hook for chump change. 2, Ruby can't have his own channel because he keeps getting banned on YouTube. 3, basically, he not only allowed someone to basically take his entire audience and his entire YouTube career, but then he allows that person to yell at him and treat him like a bitch. And 4, because he's so pathetic that he challenged me to a fight, and then when I agreed, he said, "Ha, I don't have to fight you now because you commented on it," which is sad. So I'm gonna go with Ruby. Ruby Karen, worst, most pathetic. CJH Entertainment says, anything? Yes, CJH.
Yes, anything.
Dennis Rodriguez says, do you think EVS will forgive Mike Wheeler? No, I think EVS is smarter than that. I don't
probably tried back in the gap, but it kept getting stabbed in the back and said, fuck it, you know?
I mean, Mike Wheeler hasn't shown any reason to forgive him, right? Has Mike Wheeler apologized to Bosch Faustine? Has Mike Wheeler apologized to the people he's doxxed? Has Mike Wheeler made any amends? Has he shown any behavior where you go, I can trust this guy, or this guy's not going to be retarded? I mean, we used to have Mike Wheeler here, and he acted normal for a little bit, and then he went off the walls again, right? Went off the fucking rails. So, no, I don't think EVS would ever forgive Mike Wheeler. I think Mike Wheeler is on that short list of people EVS won't forgive. I think it's like Mike Wheeler, Ripoff Verse, Matt Barr, Yellow Flash, Eric July. I think those are people that I don't think EVS is ever going to forgive. Alex says, did you watch Smash's latest lawsuit update video? I did. I was going to watch it with TJ and Autoy, but they're like, this is boring. We don't want to watch this. And I was like, what? And TJ's like, yes, it's very boring. I was like, damn, I'll watch it by myself then. He says that Alyssa's lawyers are lying to the court. Lol, his audience just eats up and trash that spews from his mouth. Yeah, I watched it. So in the video, Smash is basically saying, so there's a couple of things going on, right? And let me bring up the lawsuit so we'll have something where you guys can see what's going on, what the latest goings on is, right? So the latest going on in the lawsuit is Smash JT on the 17th was supposed to have given all the information that Alyssa requested for jurisdictional discovery. Smash was supposed to have all that delivered by the 17th. Okay. When the court had asked them how long they needed, they said a week. And it was supposed to be Monday, but Monday was a holiday because it was a President's Day. So they got till Tuesday, right? The 17th. On the 17th, they delivered some stuff, but not all of it. apparently between Alyssa's lawyers and Smash's lawyer was like, oh, here's some of the stuff and we'll get the rest of it by Thursday, right? And Alyssa's lawyer's like, okay, whatever, right? You say you're going to bring by Thursday, fine. But that's not binding. That's not like a court order. The court order was you were supposed to be there by the 17th, right? Just because Alyssa's lawyers are like, yeah, sure, you can give us the rest by Thursday, right? That's not a problem for us. Doesn't mean the court's okay with that, right? And so Alyssa's lawyers obviously went, hey, the court order was for the 17th. They didn't deliver it all by the 17th. Ron Coleman, Smash's lawyer, didn't put in an extension, right? He didn't put in a motion to extend the deadline. That's not on Alyssa's lawyers. Even if Alyssa's lawyer said, yeah, go ahead, we'll wait till Thursday, that was up to Ron to put in to the court, hey, this was agreed upon by the two lawyers. We're asking for an extension. Their lawyer agreed to Thursday. We agreed to Thursday. We just need the court to stamp it, right? He didn't put that in. Because he didn't put that in, Alyssa's lawyers are like, hey, they didn't make the deadline. You should just rule in our favor, right? And Smash is like, oh, they're playing games, blah, blah, blah. That's not how it works. Again, there's like a process. Your lawyer failed to follow the process for whatever reason. And now they're like, hey, he didn't put in an extension. He didn't bring us the stuff. Could you sanction him like you said you were going to? And could you just rule in our favor? So yeah, it's going to be a mess. So Smash obviously he feels a certain way. He's like, oh, the lawyers lied to my lawyers. If you had proof of this, if you could prove, oh man, Alyssa's lawyers are lying or they're clipping things out of context. He's claiming like, oh, they clipped things that I said out of context. Then you should just show the court. Here you go, court. Here's the context. Here's our blah blah blah. You know, the whole idea that, oh, it's going to be an anti-slap suit. Why didn't you file the motion for that already? Why are you waiting? They literally offered to drop the defamation case if Smash just went ahead and agreed to the jurisdiction, right? And Smash said no, which was incredibly stupid at this point. I said it in my video, but
God damn.
If they had offered that at the beginning, I would have said, yeah, turn that down, right? But at this point, when you look at it and you go, we failed to meet the deadline set by ourselves. Like Ron Coleman said, I will have everything by the 17th. You failed to give them everything by the 17th. The court is already been yelling at you. The court is already threatening sanctions against you for failure to, you had a court order to get this stuff and you failed to meet that court order. So the court is really upset with you, right? So at this point, I'm pretty sure the court is going to say you failed to meet the deadline. We're just going to waive this whole fucking discovery and just decide that jurisdiction applies. Because the court can't do that. Smash is unaware of this fact, I guess. I guess Coleman didn't really tell him this fact. But the court can choose due to your failure to give them the information requested. Because again, Alyssa's lawyer said, we need this information to see if Smash has ties to New York. The court compelled Smash to give that information. Smash refused to give them that information. He's on record, on video going, I do not give that information until my back is against the wall. Even with a court order compelling him to do so, did not give the information requested. When asked by the judge, how long do you need to get that information? Ron Coleman said a week. The judge said, I do not want to be back here in a week and you're looking for an extension. Are you sure a week is what you need? Coleman said, yes, we only need a week. The week came. He did not provide all the information as requested. The court would be 100% within their right to say, we feel that because you're refusing to give the information to Alyssa's lawyers to look through to determine whether or not the jurisdiction applies, to present evidence of jurisdictional application, we feel that you are hiding information that would 100% prove this. And so we're just going to rule in favor of Alyssa's lawyers. Jurisdiction applies. See you in court on such and such date. That's what I feel is going to happen now. And again, if Smash would have gave them all the information requested, they would have looked through it. They would have seen that he had really no links to New York. The judge would have looked at it to whatever Alyssa presented and seen how weak it was, and probably ruled in favor of Smash and dismissed the whole lawsuit. They literally have Vic Mignona'd themselves, right? Now that's becoming a fucking an adjective or a noun. You've now Munsoned yourself, right? We're peeping your game, Smash. The judge can't wait for the Smash out, crash out. Yeah. Smash also doesn't know that if you waste the court's time, the judge will have discretion to tack on restitution. Yeah. We're talking about the same person that paid $1,337 to be elite member of the real Game Awards. He's already proven he ain't smart. Don't forget the $10,000 he gave to Tommy to be part of the investors of the Amico. Not even for like, hey, here's money to give me stuff. It was like, here's monies to make a console. So, Smash not doing themselves any favors. He keeps talking about the court. He keeps putting AI videos and AI images of the lawyers, of the fucking judge. Dude, do you want to hear how stupid Smash is? TJ?
Let's hear it.
Okay, so Alyssa's lawyers are they, them, right?
Okay.
They're they're pronoun people. They use they, them pronouns. So
all right.
When you use they, them pronouns, you have like, you know how you got like Mr. and Mrs., right?
Yeah.
But when you're they, them, you don't use Mr. or Mrs. necessarily, right? So you use MX, right? Like mix. That's the honorific that they put, right? So instead of saying like Mrs. Fernandez or Mr. Lopez, it'll be Mix Lopez, Mix Smith, right? Because that's the they them version of Mr. and Mrs. Okay,
Makes us fist lick.
Smash JT. You have to hear it from his own words. Okay, I'm doing a preamble.
Oh,
I was looking to get the. This is his own words. Okay.
Swear to God.
These
lawyers, they play dirty. One of them's a dude that tells everyone he's a girl, goes by Mexican pronouns.
Goes by Mexican pronouns. He thinks that MX stands for Mexican pronouns.
He's a dude. You're not fucking Mexican, bro. I don't know why you have the MX after your name.
He's that fucking retarded.
Well,
he thinks the MX equals Mexican. I guess I hope that he was just trying to be funny and he doesn't actually believe that, but I mean this.
Swear to God.
Listen how he says it.
These lawyers, they play dirty. One of them's a dude that tells everyone he's a girl, goes by Mexican pronouns. He's a dude. You're not fucking Mexican, bro. I don't know why you have the MX after your name.
Also, the way he says it, you're a dude, bro. You're not fucking Mexican. Like,
no, he's clearly sincere. Like he isn't being sarcastic.
No. But here's the thing. What is he like? Okay, just he's going. You're a dude. You're a dude pretending to be a girl. You're not Mexican. Is that the genders? Is it like dude, girl, Mexican? Those are the three genders. Because you could be a dude. Gender. You could be a dude pretending to be a girl and still be Mexican, right? They're not mutually exclusive, is what I'm saying. He's making it sound like you have a choice. You could be a man. You could be a man pretending to be a woman, or you could be Mexican. You can't be any combination of those two, right? Like
also Hassan Piker over here showing his dog to get sympathy likes and shit. Where have I seen that shit before?
I don't know. He is Mexican gender. It's just so weird the way he says it.
Procedural chess match. That's
and then this is from his video. Hold on, let me bring this up. So this is him complaining about the case.
Procedural chess match that's burning time and money instead of proving anything.
Also, he's doing the Sturgis where he's on live stream reading his own tweets
on its own merits. And that really is the most PC way I can say what I'm feeling about this case right now.
Okay. Also, this was stupid. Did you hear what he said? He said this case is turning into a procedural chess match that's burning time and money instead of proving anything on its merits. That's the most PC way I could say that. Okay.
How?
PC means politically correct. How can you say that in a non-politically correct? Does he mean like he wants to throw a bunch of slurs in there? Like this N-word case has turned into a S slur chess match of F slur? Like what would? How could you say this not PC? I could see like you could add a couple like F's in there, right? Like this fucking case, but that's not really PC. Politically correct isn't about like swear words or cuss words, right? It's about like slurs and like racial stuff.
Could have just said polite.
Yeah,
but he's so brain rotted. Like he wants to be part of the Zeros so much that he has to use their language everywhere in every scenario.
But it is, to me, I feel like it's a massive waste of the court's time. And I think they know that too, but they're trying to make it something valuable so that they can use this in the future, in my humble opinion. And then I followed up saying, boy, this really shoots a lot of holes in those theories that Smash is cooked. Haters are reeling right now.
Like no haters are reeling. He thinks, again, this is how dumb Smash is. He thinks that because they said, hey, we'll drop defamation if you just go ahead and give us the jurisdiction. He thinks that means that they have nothing. Guys, they have nothing. Smash, you literally defied court orders. You literally didn't give the information requested in a timely manner. You literally failed to petition a procedure in order to have a extension of a deadline, right? You're literally, forget back against the wall. You're literally being pushed through the wall, and your lawyer is letting it happen. And you somehow think that they're losing, right? Smash is like, I bled all over your fist. I'm winning. He's like, no, you just got punched in the face really fucking hard, Smash. Right?
I lost on purpose.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. Like I said, the judge seems really aggravated with the way Smash and them are handling. The judge probably was like, this is going to be real easy. You're going to give them information and then they're going to just fucking have nothing. And then we could just end this. And then Smash and them didn't fucking give them information. And they're like, fuck, now I have to fucking drag this out because you don't want to fucking play ball.
Yep. They were trying to give him an out. He didn't take it.
All right. That's the show, everybody. I hope you enjoy it. We'll be back tomorrow, Sunday, to promote some comic books, some campaigns. We got some really good stuff. I think it was TJ or Autoy who found a couple of really interesting things. So should be good. Should have plenty of things to talk about tomorrow. As always, love, peace, booty grease. We out this bitch.